Let's look at Chapter 5, Lesson 2, Practice, Assembling Congruent Figures to Find Area. Number 1, it says that you can make a copy of the triangle over to your right. Cut it out, use it if you wish to complete the rest of the problem. Draw lines to show how many copies of this triangle it would take to cover each of the figures below. And then you need to figure out the area of each shape. So looking at this one right in the middle, it's kind of a practice round. So if you look at this, it's cutting it right down there, and this part is 1, and this part's 1. So 1 plus 1 is 2. So this one right there has 2 square units. So thinking about that, you know that every triangle that you cut that looks like this one up here is going to be 1. So let's put equals 1. Now if I cut the line right here, I have 1, 2. Again, cut it, 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 4 separate sections there, and I know that each one is worth 1. Cutting this one, I have 1, 2, 3 sections, and this one I have 1, 2, 3 sections as well. Use this strategy to figure out the area of the other figures. Let's move on to test prep number 2. These are the first 4 cards in a pattern. If the pattern continues this way, how many cards will have more than 50 but fewer than 100 dots? Explain how you found your answer. So I need to underline more than 50 but fewer than 100. So looking at these, I know that this card is a 1 by 1. This is a 2 by 2. A 3 by 3, and a 4 by 4. So you first need to recognize the pattern. So you're going to be multiplying a number by itself in order to figure out what the next cards are. So if I have a 5 by 5, I know that 5 times 5 equals 25. That doesn't fit into more than 50 but fewer than 100. Now thinking about this, I have 6 by 6 equals 36. Nope, that doesn't work either, because it's not more than 50. Then 7 by 7, I know that it equals 49. That's still 1 short, so it doesn't count. And then let's do 8 by 8, and I know that that equals 64. So this is 1. So we're going to make sure that we keep this one. And then let's go ahead and see if 9 by 9, which equals 81. So this is 1 as well. And then think about whether a 10 by 10 would be 1. So 10 by 10 equals 100. Well, it had to be fewer than 100, so that is not 1. So only 2 cards will. Now think about that. You need to explain how you figured out the pattern. You can explain yourself by the pattern is multiplying a number by itself. Then you determine if the product is greater than 50 but less than 100. And then showing your work with your multiplication that you did in order to figure it out will also be how you explain your answer.